On the Hampton Roadshow, Cheryl Tan joins us once again, and all the time, you know, I've talked about my good friend Betsy, and Chris has had good friends, and if you've had a good friend, somebody close to you who's battled cancer, you know how helpless you can feel as their friend. Well, Cheryl's here with a great way to change that.
Well, each one of us likely, unfortunately, has someone in our lives who has had to face cancer, and frankly, it's really, really difficult to watch. The American Cancer Society hoping to turn that feeling of helplessness into action. ACS has been responsible for several groundbreaking studies and is launching a new one designed to find answers to perhaps prevent cancer. The results of this could mean the difference between life and death for the next generation of cancer patients. We found that out when we asked a Chesapeake woman, "What's your problem?"
I'm healthy, I'm alive, I'm thriving, and I'm giving back.
Angela Duke has beaten back cancer 3 times over the last 20 years. You could call her a breast cancer survivor. She prefers to think of herself not just surviving, but flourishing.
I have a great support system. My faith has gotten me through a lot of it, along with family and friends. But, you know, cancer is not synonymous with death anymore.
The American Cancer Society has conducted several research projects that have shaped the way doctors treat cancer today.
The first one proved that smoking does cause lung cancer, and the second one did provide a causal link between also smoking and obesity to various forms of cancer. And the reason why we have the third study is the second one started in 1982. The study participants just celebrated their 30-year anniversary.
The American Cancer Society is looking for 300,000 people nationwide to take part in this third long-term study, which involves filling out a medical questionnaire, getting a blood test, and being willing to take periodic surveys for at least the next 20 years.
People are more sedentary. They take different drugs now for their medical conditions. We need to take care of looking at all the different lifestyle habits and how that impacts their cancer diagnoses.
Kristen Shelton Bishop is in charge of recruiting 1,000 people in Hampton Roads to take part in the study, a process that starts online.
You go to cps3hamptonroads.org, you choose the location most convenient to you, and then you're prompted back via email to do your baseline health survey. You do go to your appointment in September, and then you do your informed consent, you do your survey on site, you do your waist circumference, and then you do your blood sample.
Anyone between the ages of 30 and 65 who do not have a personal history of cancer can enroll. You are eligible even if you have had basal or squamous cell carcinoma. A health screening and blood test will take place between September 15th and the 25th, which can be done at one of several locations in Hampton Roads.
It's 45 minutes for the baseline health survey in the beginning, and then you get follow-up surveys every 1 to 2 years. It's a few questions.
And it's like very minimal. It's like, I think it's 7 teaspoons of blood and a commitment to being followed for the next 20 years. And I think that will have a bigger impact to the cause and finding a cure for cancer.
Most people know somebody in their lives that have had cancer. And this is their way that they can fight back, that they can make a difference.
November.
You may have seen Angela Duke before. She talks about cancer frequently as a way to give hope.
My purpose is to share my story, to let people know that with education, your faith, and access to resources and medical care, you can beat cancer.
Results from this latest study could mean some people won't even have to put up a fight.
It could save a generation. And so I'm excited about it.
And the important thing to remember is that each person's voice can make a difference in this study. It's just really important to get as many people from as many different backgrounds who don't have cancer currently to take part. So as Kristen was mentioning, go online to cps3hamptonroads.org and you can make your appointment there. And there are several locations throughout Hampton Roads between September 15th and the 25th that you can take part. But this is going on across the country and across Virginia. So Richmond has locations, Fredericksburg also has locations at different parts of the year. So if you have relatives there, maybe you can reach out to them and tell them about this study, and we're going to put all those links to places there at thehamptonroadshow.com.
And it's anonymous, so I mean your information won't necessarily be shared with anyone
No, no,
outside
no,
the
no.
American Cancer Society. When
No.
you're honest about how much you sit around or some of your maybe not so great habits, I mean they just want honesty so they have an accurate profile of folks.
Right, right.
All right, great idea. Good way to help. Thanks, Cheryl.
Yep, you're welcome.